What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hooligans podcast.
Woo!
Yeah, here we are.
Episode 4.
Great.
Whoop, whoop. Right? This is 4?
Yeah.
Of the new,
Oh,
like,
I went on
new.
2.
yeah.
So
This is
this must be
Yeah.
4.
For Edward.
Yeah. Number 4.
For Edward.
Hi, Edward.
Hey,
We gotta have
Edward.
Edward on at some point. It's
Hey,
just
wait,
gotta
I
be.
was talking to Robert on Snapchat because he listened to it and he was like, "Hey, it was pretty good." And he was like, I can't remember what he said. I think he said something about if we ever did an ad, and I was like, "Hey, we'll get you on for it. Well, you can do our ad reads." So,
Nice. Wow,
Robert's-
making promises to people. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
great.
less money
Before-
going to us.
hey,
Yeah.
I
we
didn't
never
say
said that
we
we'd
would
pay him.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
True.
He's just the featured reader.
Tell that to the lawyers.
We would make him an independent contractor instead of an employee for us.
Hey.
my god, that's a good one, right?
That's good. That's good.
Whoa, before.
I
feel
didn't
it's
know
not my
that this
place to
was
start
your
that.
week to start things.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't
my
think it-
bad.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're right.
No, wait, no. That's what I was gonna say. It's probably
Jason,
not my
you
place
have
to
next
start
week.
it. Yeah, okay, go for it. Then
All right. Well, speaking of independent contracts, like Tyler said, this week we watched an episode of, unfortunately, not a guy crashing through a table.
Yeah.
Or last week tonight with John Oliver talking about the WWE and how Vince McMahon plays an asshole and is an asshole, in the words of John Oliver.
He does say it like that.
he
So what'd y'all think?
talk like that. As someone who has literally no attachment to wrestling or like anything at all, it was really interesting, and I really enjoyed the video. It was funny, and it was just it was a side that I never really knew about. Like I didn't. The only thing I recognize this dude, Vince McAss, whatever, as the guy from that one meme, or whatever, where his
the
face just
walking-
gradually gets like crazier, like more
Yeah.
surprised or whatever. I recognized him from that immediately, and I was like, oh, huh. And that was all I knew going into this, pretty much. It was a good
Nice.
video, though.
Yeah, I'm not a wrestling fan either. I remember I watched a little bit in high school, but not to the extent that I think most people who would care about this or even understand what most of the stuff that's going on is. But I do know I don't know why I know like certain stories and like, because there's a few things that he touched on that I knew a little more about that he didn't dive into. Like there was one guy that they highlighted whose brother died.
Oh, I
yeah.
forget
It's
his
not
name.
Kurt Angle.
Oh,
it's Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, he it's funny that they didn't go into this because it's the ultimate example of how Vince McMahon like screws over his wrestlers of I'm going to keep wanting to say it's Bret Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
His brother's
Yeah, I'm
name
wanting
was
to say
Owen.
Shawn Michaels because that's the other guy. So Bret like worked for the company from like 1984 to 1997, and in 97 he was like, I think it was still WWF then. He was like the champion, I guess WWF champion or whatever, and he had signed a deal though to go to WCW, which I don't know a lot about that, but I think it was like the big competitor that was coming up against the WWE in the 90s. And he had the belt, and he had like an on-screen and off-screen feud with Shawn Michaels, and Vince and Shawn had agreed that his last match would be a disqualification for whatever reason, because I guess that in wrestling, if it's disqualification, the person that held the title retains it no matter what. So they wanted him to be able to like go out as the champion, and then he would just like pass it on to whoever else since he was leaving. But it was called, I think it's called the Canadian Screw Job, because they were in Canada, which is where Brett is from. It's his last match with WWE, and Vince had like talked to Sean and everyone else behind the scenes and said that they like basically rigged the match to where Sean ended up winning, and like on live TV, it was a pay-per-view too. So on live TV, like they just blindsided him and made him lose, and then he left. So then he like actually got pissed on screen and was like destroying like set and the like announce table and everything.
Dang.
Damn.
It's pretty crazy.
Fire. Crazy.
I never knew that. Like I had known who Vince McMahon was before I watched this, but I didn't know like he was that intense of a like terrible person.
Oh yeah, no, he fucking sucks, dude. Slight tangent, but because y'all know about the XFL, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vince McMahon is
No.
also the commissioner of that, and
Did someone say no?
I said no. I don't know
Okay.
nothing.
Okay, so back in like the early 2000s, there was like a competitor league to the NFL called the XFL, and it was run by Vince McMahon.
Oh.
And it had like a lot of similar themes to it that like the WWE's, where it's really like theatrical, and
It's supposed to be like extreme football league.
Yeah,
right?
extreme
football.
yeah, they had a lot of like cool ideas that actually made their way into the NFL, like sky cams and shit.
Mhm.
But
Oh.
the one thing that really stuck out to me when I like read up on it was like they, I guess, like would pretend to like raid like the women's like locker rooms and shit, like as a part of like the halftime show or something.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
'Cause that was cool, I guess, in the
Ha,
early
ha, ha.
2000s.
We got him.
God.
Yes, they missed.
Oh,
Never mind, I'm not even.
But yeah, no, he fucking sucks.
And he
him
tried to
dropping the
revive
N-word.
it.
Tried to revive it.
Yeah,
The
it
XFL,
actually,
like it
yeah.
kind of started
Mhm.
again at the beginning of this year. But
I will
then-
say though, it was not the same
no.
Yeah.
XFL though. It was just
And it was actually going pretty well. They actually had
Until
to
COVID.
they had to stop because of coronavirus.
and
but
then he
it
declared
was-
bankruptcy.
Yeah, they declared bankruptcy because of coronavirus. They stopped, and they had to stop operations and games and everything. But they were making pretty good money, and like it was actually starting to pick up a lot of steam.
I think he sold it though,
Yeah, it's done. Like it's over,
Dang.
which
which
is sad. But
yeah, and like I know that recently, like maybe a month ago, there was like a huge layoff within WWE, which, given the knowledge that we know from the video, like that screws over a lot of people, especially
Yeah.
during a time of a global pandemic.
Mhm.
And that was like I think it was shortly after they had indicated that they were like still doing very well despite like the shutdown, and that they were like planning, and it looked like they were going to turn a profit for the year, and like they're still on, and they've never stopped since this all began. They just don't have audiences, but
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Like there was one dude that I'm pretty sure he had been like a ref for like 40 years, and they were just like, bye.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's kind of yikes.
Yeah.
I think, like, as a whole, like the biggest thing that I think surprised me was, unless they just didn't talk about it in that segment, it was that there hasn't been like a strike at all within the WWE wrestlers. Because I feel like, I mean, pretty much if you like look back at like, the history of like labor rights in professional sports and entertainment is like,
Mm.
most major sports, the players had to like strike at some point to get, I guess, some sort of additional benefits as a worker. And I don't know how that ties in with like being the independent contractor or anything. but I feel like if any like sport were to strike, they would probably be the most successful because like you have to have skill and like the personality like are like equally as important in WWE. Like you can't just throw out like scabs in the WWE and expect people to still care about it. Like you can't have, you know, if you're expecting CM Punk and John Cena, you can't have fucking like FM Ska and
FM Ska.
like and shit out there. So like that's just like the personality is like equally as important because it's equally entertainment as it is sport. Yeah. And so I'm just really amazed that they haven't just been like, no, fuck you, like Music Man.
And they're like live performances too. So it's like if they decided to do that, they could just he's pretty much fucked because he has to put on a live performance. I don't know how often they do it, but I think it's every week or something like that. If I remember
it's
correctly.
like multiple times a week sometimes.
Twice a week.
I said 200 nights a year, so that's the majority of the days.
Yeah, there's like a midweek thing, I think, and then he mentioned that they do untelevised like house shows. Yeah. So it's even like harder to track that. But I feel like some of it is padded by like family, I guess, royalty, because I think that's kind of a thing of if you know someone or you're related to somebody, you are able to get in easier because the guy that they showed with the constantly wet hair that they were booing, he's actually The Rock's cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so much so he's in that. I haven't seen the movie, but I recognize him from the trailer. He's in Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw, that's funny.
Yeah. So there's also there's a woman who is in the women's division who is also The Rock's cousin, and he like recently announced that his daughter is in the like development training for WWE. So like a bunch of his family, and then there's another woman who is family to Bret Hart. So like there's a lot of that at play, and I feel like that's how they kind of pad it, of they have all these people that are not really going to go against what Vince says just because they're like quote unquote on his side. And I feel like there is a bit of like it's true that you can't throw in just anyone, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are wanting to get in that they'll, you know, it's that culture of, well, if you won't do it, someone else will. Yeah. And I feel like it's probably pretty accurate that they will.
But will they be as good and will they be as like marketable as, you know, the people they have?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I think a strike would only work if like their top dogs, you know, back out. You know, the biggest stars that they have participate. Because if not, then, you know, that's a huge chunk of their viewership. A lot of people tune in for one specific wrestler, especially if they're huge. So if they don't, you know, participate, then it's not going to be as effective.
Yeah. All I'm saying, let's start a professional wrestlers union. Let's support these
us. Let's us do it.
Yeah, all of us.
We'll start it for them.
Yeah, there's I've seen some things on some stuff on like Twitch where there's like more like kind of like these little like I guess indie like wrestling organizations.
Mm-hmm. And talking about AEW.
I don't know what they're called. That's probably one of them. But like I have a friend who's into wrestling, and he's like he sometimes he like talks about like WWE stuff, but he also like follows these like really small like wrestling things.
Oh, okay.
But they're not televised. They usually like stream on Twitch, which I feel like is like it like has a positive and a negative thing to it, I'm sure. But I feel like if something like that were able to like John Oliver was kind of saying, like the fans have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. I feel like if the fans were like started gravitating to like these more independent like things, and they made it like clear that their reasoning was just because like they were just better to the wrestlers, then like maybe that would have some kind of impact. But I don't know. So it would have to be a lot of stuff. Yeah,
is I know kind of what you're talking about. They are like independent things that usually feed into like WWE, but those are probably also like it would be. I feel like what you're saying would be you'd have to take a few steps back to like take a leap forward, because those are probably you're definitely like independent contractors in those.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you're definitely like, if you had to, I guess you're not really saying that wrestlers should go there, but it's kind of like, even if fans start going there more, it's kind of not helping. I don't know. I think it kind of gets the message across, but I feel like
it wouldn't be like super clear.
Too much of a money grubber to really.
It would be more of like a positive environmental shift for the wrestlers rather than like an actual. It would like financially, it wouldn't be better, I don't think. And if they're going to a company that's making less money than, that's obviously making way less money than WWE. How are they going to expect to get things like proper insurance or anything from there? Because that was like a big part of the issues with WWE, is that his wrestlers couldn't afford to cover any of their injuries or whatever when they got hurt because they weren't covered by the company, which was kind of, as kind of like a little side thing, was surprising to me when I saw that one of the GoFundMes was only for like $7,000, and I was like, a popular wrestler can't afford that? That seems crazy.
Well, that was what he'd race in a night, I think. Well, I don't know what the goal was for that GoFundMe, but I think that was like what they did overnight. And
yeah, so the goal was only like 10,000.
Yeah,
it wasn't that much.
Oh, was it?
More.
Oh, okay.
But he was also,
I don't know who that guy was.
He was big, like I think in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
so he's been
that's
out.
Probably
I mean, he's old, so he's been out of it for a while. And
old man.
I wonder how. I'd be interested to see, like, what the average salary is now, and then see kind of that distributed across time. Because obviously, like for him, I mean, he's a pretty notable name. I think I've heard it a lot, but that's also just kind of like a pretty consistent thing in sports of like getting rich and then it all goes away.
Yeah, I think it's when you like you make a lot, but your career is significantly shorter than the average Americans,
right?
Like a third shorter, so it's split up over that time, and then you're having to spend more out of pocket for medical shit because you did such a physically dangerous career. It's probably you're worse off in the long run if you can't find some kind of secondary career after that career is over.
It's also, I don't want to be Mr. Side Tangent Boy, but I just thought of this earlier. That's kind of surprising that The Rock would allow. Did you say his daughter was going to like the training?
Yeah.
For it, that seems surprising. If he had been, granted, he obviously can't just be like, yeah, no, fuck your dreams. You can't do what you want. Like, I get that. You gotta be supportive. But like, it seems surprising that he would let her start to take steps into an industry that he's already familiar with and probably knows is garbage. But also, I guess she's not in a position where she would be trapped there because she has him. So
yeah.
It's not
like you're not gonna fuck with
risk.
The Rock's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, that's I don't think this is like a slight against like Dwayne Johnson. Like, I don't think he's like a bad person, but I'm sure that he also has the pull within the organization to say like, you're going to take care of my daughter, right? Because if you're not, I can just stop making appearances at all your big pay-per-views and I can go somewhere else,
Yeah, because The Rock has like star power now. Like
he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
He's got like fuck you money.
Yeah,
he's loaded.
Which is like, I feel like him and like Dave Bautista and like to a certain extent John Cena, but not as much. They kind of figured out the exit plan was just like acting, and like it sucks because not every wrestler like can just become an actor, but.
Aren't they already kind of actors?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah, they definitely are.
It's like a huge
it's the ultimate
theatrical production. Yeah, like there's scripts. There's literally scripts and stuff that they have to like memorize, and I'm sure to a certain extent, since it's live, there's probably like some improvisation they have to do.
Definitely.
And then that on top of all like the stunt training that they probably have to do to make it safer, obviously not entirely safe.
Is that why
But,
The
like,
Rock only
that's-
does action movies?
Oh,
Why he only does
it definitely
crazy,
helps.
like
it's
I feel
probably
like it's hard
just,
to-
that's probably just how he gets
beefsteak
cast.
roles.
Yeah.
Could you see Dwayne Johnson in a rom com?
Yes.
Yes,
Actually, I think he'd be good.
that would be
Honestly, I think that he would do a good job.
honestly, yeah, that'd be. I'd be down for that. I'd watch it.
There's one movie where like it's obvious because someone mentioned just how they have his star power. It's called like Fighting with My Family. Florence Pugh is in it, and it's like about a wrestler, and he's in it, but he has such like a tangential role in it that it's. I mean, you watch it, and you even just watch the trailer, and it's like, oh, they just put The Rock in to say like, hey, The Rock is in this movie.
Yeah,
Like his performance is he's just able to like kind of be The Rock, but be really weird about it. So it's not like it's a deep performance. They were
Like-
just like, yeah, hey Dwayne, can you go ahead and just jump in for a day? Easy clip.
Yeah.
it's just
I
like
mean,
John Cena in the Fred movies.
True.
Oh my,
Oh my
gosh.
That's a throwback. The Fred movies.
They
That's
just need
a
Dave
memory
Bautista in a Fast and Furious movie, and then that trinity of wrestler actors will have been in the series.
Oh, that's
Wait, was
true.
John Cena in Fast
He's
and
about
Furious?
to be in the new one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Speaking of Dave Bautista, I went and saw Nick, I think you went also. We saw like an early
Oh,
screening, of Stuber, which is like a movie that stars Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani. Solid 7 out of 10. I would watch it on Netflix if I was bored one day.
I'll give it an 8 or 9. I highly recommend it. But go on.
Yeah. But someone had asked him about wrestling and how it compares to acting, and he talked about just like how grueling it is and like the 200 days out of the year that you're working and stuff like that. And I feel like he didn't really say it, but I feel like he obviously is having a better time just doing acting, where it's more I guess kind of controlled the way the actors are employed. It's still not like super reliable employment, but yeah, it just kind of depends. But I thought it was a little interesting.
True. I just looked up some salary stuff about wrestlers just because I was curious. And I just found this article. It's just talking about the massive pay gap between men and women in WWE, and how the most paid man in 2019 was Brock Lesnar with 12 million, and the highest paid woman was Ronda Rousey with 1.5 million. That is a massive drop.
And Ronda
And
Rousey
she's like-
just got into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say she
who's the
just
next-
got into it.
And she's done already.
That's still
Wait, she's already done?
Yeah, she's pretty much said that. She kind of like also burned the bridge, I think, because she said like, let me see if I can find the words, but she kind of was like, yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna say anything. Let me see if I can find the wording.
don't put words in her mouth.
She said
Like,
something that knowing like how wrestling fans take things, they probably wouldn't want to see her back anyways.
Mm.
it just
I'll find it in a
It
second
just
here.
seems crazy to me that like a name like Ronda Rousey, like you would think someone like her, it wouldn't matter how long she's been there. Like I can't use words, but like it's Ronda Rousey. That's like that's not like half of the people on the men's list. I don't know who they are. Half the people that made more than her, not okay. Well, most of them I know who they are, but some of them I'm just like, what? Why the fuck?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the same shit that's been happening with like the U.S. women's soccer team. Like they've won how many World Cups? Like almost in a row. at this point, but they're making just a fraction of what the U.S. men's team makes, and they haven't made it into the FIFA World Cup for the past like 3 times.
No,
It's that same stuff.
I found the verbiage, by the way. She called the WWE fake fighting for fun.
Ooh, damn.
Which,
Fighting.
I mean,
when you're
true,
an
but
actual,
also like
trained wrestler,
that just like pisses everyone off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, isn't that
breaks the
exactly what
immersion.
it's supposed
Yeah,
to be?
I was about to say it's exactly what
Yeah.
it is, but also it makes money, it entertains people. So
it's one of those
what's so
things
bad
where it's
about
like
it?
there's an elephant in the room, but everyone has collectively agreed to not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I mean, that at this point, is it even an elephant anymore? It's just like accepted that that's what it is, and people are okay with that, and that's fine. There's nothing
It's one of
wrong
the
with that.
weirdest things though, because I'll see things and I'll be like, is that fake or is that for real? Not like the action, but like the way that people interact with each other.
Mhm.
And I even looked up the thing where Vince was being interviewed and he slapped the dude's like
Oh yeah,
clipboard.
Yeah.
I looked it up because I was like,
Is that
what is
real?
that from?
he
Because
for
is
real?
that like
Yeah.
from a show and it was just a stage thing? Or I was like, why would John Oliver use it? But no, it was like an interview about, it was like a documentary, I think, about wrestler deaths. Like that was the entire documentary. So I was like, well, that was real.
That, like,
but like at the
some-
same time, it's like, I mean, Vince McMahon's like he definitely like him and his group at WWE like know how to like get people like engaged and like get more attention to them. Like, did he do that knowing? And like they also talk about like he's perfectly okay with being the bad guy and being portrayed as like the shitty person. Like, was he just doing that just to get people upset and get people to pay attention just so he can make more money off it? I think that makes sense. It's a really shitty fucking way to do it, but I feel like I could definitely see that being the reason why he
literally profiting off death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
is he
feel
not
like
doing that already?
I feel like when you are when you're writing yourself as the bad guy, you're just like, haha, what if I said the N-word? Like
Wouldn't
like
that
it
be
like
bad?
it like there's literally not even like a line, it seems like, between like the
But-
character and like him
And
at
also-
certain points.
Also to do that and write in that I'll have 2 of my like
Yeah.
black wrestlers present
Yeah.
for that event.
Insane.
Yeah, because it's like
Yikes.
different if it's like if it had been like a team of writers that was like mixed, like a bunch of different races and whatever that came up with this idea and like we're like, okay, do it like this and that. It'd be a little bit different. It'd still be like, why did you do that? But when
Yeah.
you sit back and you think, yeah, that was just him. Like he wrote
He
Oh,
just
that's
wanted
just
to
all
say that on
Vince.
Yeah.
TV.
like that's weird.
It's just Vince dropping the N-word.
And to put like John Cena in that position of
Yeah.
like why pick him as the guy to even do that with?
I don't.
Because
Just
John
'cause he was a
Cena's a
rapper,
rapper.
question mark? Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh
right.
my god.
I know what I'm putting in this week.
No.
Oh my god.
They based 8 Mile off of John Cena's life. I'm not sure if you guys knew that.
I had one fun question
Oh,
for everyone,
no.
just as like my final thing for the video of what was your favorite punishment that Vince McMahon received in the video?
Oh, everyone's
the-
gonna
getting
answer the
slammed
aim
to the dude's
thing, right?
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that has to be.
The last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
straight
I
up.
still like the
Yeah.
bed. I like the bedpan.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the
That's
hospital
funny.
bed where he's like, what about your foot? And he's just like punching his foot.
That's my
into the
favorite.
cast.
All of them were
That was a
really
good one.
but just the fact that John Oliver said that, but just the fact that you can't fake your face being shoved into another
True.
man's ass is just perfect.
Fuck, cheek to cheek. I love it.
Oh man, good
Yeah,
video. Very
That was good.
video.
I'm a big fan of John Oliver and the stuff that he does, and I think it's great. If you guys haven't checked his other stuff, definitely do. I recommend it.
The YouTube also seems to recommend it after I watched that one video.
YouTube be that way sometimes.
It really do be doing its job.
That's a good one.
All right.
Way to go.
I was gonna say something.
You
I was
know,
like,
you-
I
So
can't
I
lead
guess that's
into
the
this
end of
in
that.
any way. I was like, I don't want to be like, so how's y'all's week been? Because I don't want to. Nobody wants to talk about any of that. So.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to talk about my week.
No, you don't, Steven. Shut the fuck up. All right, enlighten us. What's up with your week?
What was so cool about my week?
Yeah, what
Nothing else,
happened?
Just working, just chilling. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
True,
Nothing
true.
crazy. Just had a nice fun week at work.
Yeah.
True.
I
Nice.
put my 2 weeks notice in at my job this week, which is
You've been there longer than 2 weeks.
pretty sweet. What?
What? Huh?
No, what are you talking
How long
about?
have you been
He
there?
put his 2 weeks
Yeah,
notice.
how long
meaning,
were
yeah,
you there?
he gave them notice that he's been working there for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I've been here for 2 weeks,
it was
so I'm
like, hey,
leaving
by
in
the
2
way,
weeks.
I've been here for 2 weeks. It's been almost 3 months.
Really?
Yeah,
It's actually
but like,
wild.
yeah, without like saying too much about it, because I still work there right now. Not that anyone's gonna find this, but like,
Uploaded a week
it was
late.
like one of the only places I was hiring because it was like essential retail, and I can't do retail. I'm not built for it. I mean, I don't think anyone really is, but
I was about to say that.
I
yeah.
say that, but then like some people like stick around in retail and they move up and they are content with that, and that's totally cool.
We
But
need those
we need
people.
them.
They're wrong.
Yeah,
We
I
do
mean, they
need
don't
those
tell them
people.
they're wrong. They might get a smart idea and quit retail.
Yeah, they might quit.
Yeah, you're right.
Well-
who's gonna sell us our things?
Wait,
Who's
can't
got a
robots
capitalism
do
for us?
all of that?
Do what, Jason?
Can't robots do like all of that? We don't even. Okay, if anything, I don't know who I was talking about this with. Maybe it was my parents or something. But if anything, quarantine has just proven that we don't need physical stores like at all.
Yeah.
You can completely live without them, and
Don't
that's
tell it to old people.
it's like. I mean, grocery stores obviously are still kind of like kind of
Well,
but
you can even get that delivered too.
yeah, but you
Amazon
don't
grocery.
need to go anywhere. You can do everything from home and focus on like other stuff, assuming we could actually leave our homes, which I guess we can now, but only stupid people are going back out and touching doorknobs and then licking their fingers. I don't know.
Bro,
Whatever.
tonight I got
Licking
dinner
doorknobs is
from a fast
illegal on
food
another
restaurant, and right before I had gone, I had even like said, I was like, I've always worn gloves when I go out, and tonight I was like, I'm so tired of just like wearing gloves. I know it's petty, but I'll wear the mask. I'm not gonna wear gloves. I have hand sanitizer in my car anyways.
Yeah.
And then of
gloves
course
are
I
like,
get there. I get there. The dude hands me my food with no mask on, with no gloves on, which I'm kind of like, why are you in a food restaurant during a global pandemic without gloves? And of course his hand grazes mine.
Oh, yeah,
So I, like,
baby.
See,
Pull
Smacked
up
him.
out of the window after I get my food and drench my hand in.
Nick's like, that's it. The
Sanitizer.
gloves are off.
I mean,
But at the same time, he was touching on your food anyway. So like,
yeah.
Well,
That's
he
my-
was working the
that's
cash
the
register,
thing
so
is-
hopefully he wasn't doing that.
yeah.
Also, can we talk about
That's
how
the-
Nick
the-
said a food restaurant? As
A
opposed
food
to-
Did I say food restaurant? Fast food. An unnamed burger joint with a red head on it.
With a red.
Oh,
head.
whoa! Why are you outing my burger joint? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
She's canceled, bro.
Don't
Oh
talk to
yeah,
yourself
you're
that way.
right.
No,
That's
that's
canceled.
me.
That's canceled.
My restaurant because of my red hair, Logan. That was the joke.
What else is
Did you-
canceled?
Pluckers is canceled. I'm so sad, dude.
Anti-gay chicken is
my
canceled.
God.
So unlucky. I mean, they were already
Anti-gay
canceled, but
chicken. It's
you
been
know.
canceled.
yeah.
Who?
But everyone still goes because it's like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fast and it's easy.
Well, they're polite, so it's okay if they're a little
They're nice.
Chick-fil-A.
It's okay that they hate people. It's not the workers though. The workers are always really nice. Oh.
Yeah.
It's their pleasure, so it's okay.
No, if there's anything I know, it's okay to take out my frustrations on a corporation at their lowest level employees
Yeah.
Ah,
because they
Yeah,
represent.
especially when they
the
touch your
vibes
hand
completely.
with no gloves on.
The boomer mindset.
oh, I was going to. That's what I was going to say. Is like one thing that I've like sort of gotten from all of this, and especially like working during all of it, is just like like a lot of this stuff, like I really didn't even didn't think about it, but I was already kind of doing. Like, when's the last time you got within 6 feet of a person at a grocery store? I don't want to get close.
Never.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck people. People get like all up in your business and you walk away.
I hate. Yeah.
Even before this, if I was at Walmart and someone was like walking towards me in an aisle, or if they were in the middle of the aisle, I would usually just like go to the next aisle and loop around.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Mostly because I get really mad when I go to Walmart, but
I mean, honestly,
this is how it is.
Yeah, the store be kind of
the worst.
That's why I always went at like midnight, or I'd go to Winco at like 1 a.m, and they'd be restocking, and there'd be no one else in the store, and it was heaven.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
the Walmarts near you like make it to where like they like put arrows in the aisles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing, because I don't mind them doing that. But of course
no one follows them.
You're following the arrow, but then some morons coming at you going the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
you idiot!
Oh
Just start coughing into your arm. They'll turn around.
Honestly, dude. Oh man, did everybody
Start
put their mask
driving.
on for the podcast? What are y'all doing? Oh my god.
Oh, you're right.
Safety first.
Yeah,
Got
let's
some
just
new-
put masks on and then speak for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I got
Just put a mask on and then work for 8 hours. Haha.
quirky.
Ha.
I was thinking, I guess I don't want to get into all this stupid, so I'm not gonna. I was thinking about, because I got a new mask, and I was like, I kind of want to get like an iron-on design or something, and just put like a BLM on this mask, so whenever I go out, I can like feel like since I haven't been to a protest, like I'm at least
Yeah.
saying something. But I mean, people can see my skin, so they know.
Yeah.
And part of me was like, I could also get something for my car, but I just have this sinking feeling that if I did that, somebody would mess with my car, and my car is new. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
you
hate
just
that.
got it.
Yeah.
So
do that.
I'd rather get assaulted, like actually.
I'm not just want to
Rather
hurt
get
me than
assaulted
my
than
car.
have someone.
Yeah, I mean, I can run away. My car can't run away. What?
That's true.
Yeah, cars
Unless
cannot
you're in
move.
it. Yeah.
Unless I'm in it.
Then you can both run away.
Hey,
Right.
or we can just back up over them. What?
True.
Hey.
Hmm?
Hey, that's a political statement.
I don't know. I feel like putting stuff on your car is never as cool or informative as people think.
And
I
that's
don't know.
not. It's
Tell
really,
that to
like,
Flat Earth guy
I have
from
an
our
honor
college
student.
town. Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. This made me. I posted a Facebook status for the first time in like 6 years because of this. And I know it means nothing really, but like, it's whatever. We don't have to get into all that because I could literally go for years, but y'all know that. So
True.
Yeah, man.
I was going to say something else, but I don't remember what.
What's the
I would
best
just like to-
car sticker you've ever seen?
All
There
we
aren't
go
any
to
good ones.
Info Warrior Rides.
No,
r slash
they're
Info
all-
Warrior Rides.
You mean other than the flat Earth cars?
There was one I posted on Info Warrior Rides that was really funny.
Oh
my
really?
God.
Oh man. I don't know. Just like no matter what your like political alignment or even like non-political stuff, like if you have more than, I'm going to say one. If you have more than one bumper sticker on your car, I'm judging you so hard. Like
Oh, for
come
sure.
on. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Well, bumper
It's weird.
stickers also ew.
yeah,
Like,
just in general.
put them on your
right.
put them on your rear windshield. That's where they should go, not on the bumper. Bumper stickers are for soccer
Put 'em-
moms,
Put them
y'all
on your
get those,
front
like-
windshield where you're
Those-
or at your line of eyesight.
so you can stare at people. As
It's called your tags.
Yeah, my favorite sticker is the toll tag.
Science fiction.
I think the thing that blows my mind is because I've seen some cars and I can't for the life of me figure out why someone would do this, but they put like in loving memory of a person and like
What?
it's like a moving tombstone. I'm just like, why on earth would you do that? Like, why would you put? I can't rationalize it. Like, I can't come to like a logical reason as to why. Like, I don't think this person would appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe I guess if I died, I wouldn't want someone to do that
immortalize
for
you
me.
with a sticker on
Jose,
my car.
you just set yourself up for
All of us
the
again.
ultimate
Alright.
prank. I'm
I swear
pranking
to
you.
God,
Once
if-
you're dead, once you're dead, you're
guys-
on my windshield for
We're
life.
I will
all
come
driving
back
up
to
to
life.
Jose's funeral with
Loving memory sticker.
loving memory of Jose.
We're actually
Jose
just gonna
is
kill you
gone.
prematurely just so we can have that bumper sticker on our cars.
Get a Jose
Well, it's like-
gone crab sticker.
I seen them where like it's all over their like back windshield. Like it's like it's almost like an art piece,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
a car tattoo, if you would. And it's
too.
I've never seen one that looks good. I just can't think of a reason why people would do it. I don't know. I guess that maybe it's more so for the person, right? Maybe it's more for like to remember the person, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And if you guys do it, I would hate y'all forever.
I think the cringiest
Well, you'd
one
be
that I
dead,
see
so.
is that the NSHSS, that like National Society of High
yeah.
School Scholars.
Scammy.
Yes, but I'll see because I remember that they like sent me a packet, but they sent like a packet with a shirt and a bumper sticker, and I never
Oh
signed
my
up for that
God.
crap because I was like, this is stupid. But
Yeah.
I was like, why would I put a bumper sticker of this on? Like, it doesn't. Who cares? But then of course I go out and I'll see people with it, and I'm like, they
Yeah.
don't understand, do they? That their child's not that smart. Everyone gets that.
They're just
That,
proud.
or like when
They're just
people
proud
put
of
like
their kid.
the Apple sticker on their
Oh,
their
Oh
car.
Yeah.
man.
I was like,
One that I
damn.
actually think is kind of funny is when they put the Apple sticker on their like HP laptop.
or like how I was about to say his name. I don't know if that matters. I guess it doesn't matter. How Dom has a Supreme sticker on his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And his last name and
That's
address is. No,
I think it made it even funnier because it was like a really old car too.
yeah.
We got that limited Supreme '99 Camry, bro. 105.
It was for the memes, man.
It was $100,000.
He ironically put the sticker on, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Funny dude, backyard.
But I don't know. I don't think there's anything that you could put on your car, any kind of stickers or anything like that. It's
I
just
found my
all
favorite.
Stupid.
Oh no, he found his favorite.
I found my favorite. It's
All right.
It's just America makes my dick hard. Like
Oh
it just
my
big
God.
letters on the back windshield.
Well,
All right, maybe I was wrong.
That's the one good one.
That's the only good one. Jeez.
there's something that's worse than putting stickers on your car, though. It's those like, I don't even know what you call them. You ever seen a car that has like they basically look like testicles?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
truck
gonna say,
nuts.
you mean
What?
truck nuts?
Truck nuts.
Yes,
Wait.
truck nuts.
Yes.
Did you just say what?
Oh.
Like you've never seen that? You are how many years old living in Texas? Have you never seen truck nuts?
It's like those fucking-
heard
Look it
of
up.
them.
Well,
I've
maybe
heard
don't
of
look
them,
it
but I
up,
don't think I've ever seen them in like actually in the wild. Maybe I have. I think I
In the
can
wild.
picture them.
Maybe
though.
I mean it's not a place that you like look at naturally on anyone's vehicle, but like
when you see
them,
it,
it's like
you kind of go like, huh? It's very that anyone would get to
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That I can't imagine someone at a computer going, yeah, I'll get some of these. That's funny.
I would do that.
You
Man,
said
that's
I
a
would
good
say-
idea. I kind of want to get something from my
Imagine
car.
That is exactly how it happens. People look at it, they laugh,
I really hope not. I
and
really
then
hope
they enter
it's
their
some,
credit card information.
I'm
I hope
literally
that
gonna
there's
buy one right
someone
now.
with a gun to their head saying, "You better order this."
All right,
You
shark
think that's
nuts.
I would
that,
prefer that.
I feel like that's not something you buy online. You stop at like a gas station in like the middle of
True.
nowhere and you're like, oh
Honey, why is there
truck
something on the
nuts.
bill for
Yeah.
truck nuts?
Truck.
Hey guys, should I get the blue truck nuts, the red truck nuts, or the flesh truck nuts?
Yeah, that's
Flesh.
It literally is, the color is flesh.
Oh god, I hate it.
But we all know there's two car genders. It's the truck with truck nuts, and then the Volkswagen Beetles with the little eyelashes.
Yep.
Fuck.
Those are the two genders.
That's facts, dude. That's facts.
What about the
And
old?
they're always
lift
like yellow.
with the
Yeah,
mustaches.
like bright yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. A mustache on the car? Do kind of go
Oh,
hard.
the lift.
Dude, that's pretty awesome size.
Okay, well.
No.
That was cringe.
Well, now I'm deleting my audio for the podcast.
Not as
Oh,
much as
no.
truck nuts, but
Oh man. I think the only way that I would like put something on my car like as like an aesthetic thing is if I got paid to do it. Like those little signs that you see on top of some of the cars.
What about
I'll
a rap?
I'll be or like a wrap. If I got paid, fuck it. Paid to drive around my car. All right.
How
let's
much
go.
I think-
I'm not gonna put that video in. Never mind.
when people have the like, they're not actually metal, but they kind of have the like silver look. You know what I'm talking about? The little, it's usually like a little logo of something that people put on the back.
yeah.
Like
It's like
Yeah.
I know
Where,
what
most
you're talking
common,
about, yeah.
most common one is like the fish, but you see like Batman symbols and all that.
I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
those that don't-
Transformer ones are kind of neat.
Yeah, like
yeah,
Autobot
those
or
are
just
like clean. They kind of just look like a little, because they kind of look like the ones that the some dealerships would put on.
yeah,
so kind of like
Mhm.
more official and less.
I like those.
tacky.
yeah. They're usually like sleek looking to where it's like it looks like it's built into the car. I
Yeah,
like
like if
those.
you're just glancing over the car, that doesn't catch your eye as like a separate aesthetic thing.
the subtler, the like more acceptable. I feel like.
Yeah.
Of like just even stickers, like if you do have a sticker, if it's subtle, like the ones that like even I had when I played like sports as a kid, which they're kind of cringe, but just like the like
kind of
like the it'll be like a soccer ball with your name under it. I feel like that's a little
cute.
yeah, because
That's
like
very-
parents just
yeah.
kind of want to show off their kids,
Yeah.
but when it's like the entire bottom row is all of your children and all their curricular activities.
and every
Yeah.
pet they've ever had in their
It's-
life.
Social yeah.
security
It's your-
numbers.
it's your resume, then it's like okay.
And then it's the entire family has guns.
You gotta. You gotta.
I've had sex this many times.
At least this many times.
Gotta prove
Actually,
it.
it could be like if it's like a twin situation, it could be less potentially.
Wait, that just reminded
Oh.
me of us. I just realized I have a picture of a bumper sticker that I saw, and I need to find it because I don't remember what it said. But it was actually kind of funny. Well, in like a stupid way.
Also, we just gotta talk about cars every single episode because I feel like it's all we've done.
Is that what
This is
happens?
a
This is
very
dedicated car
anti-
episode.
Last week we talked a lot about
Anti-car.
like we talked about like grade school stuff, just like middle and high school.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah,
Well,
there was
man,
no car
I wish I
talk.
had been here for that. Unlucky.
We talked about
It's a good time.
pooping and peeing
There was
our
some good
pants.
stuff. There was some good.
True.
I talked about how I've known Jason the longest, obviously.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Pog.
Huh?
I was trying to get Logan to yell at me because I technically met Logan before Jason.
Tyler, I
would
never yell at you.
Dude.
Every time I say that I met Jason first, Logan gets upset. Get upset, Logan. Come on, content.
I
Where's
would
the
never,
content?
I would never yell at you. I'm a master
Let's
of my
clarify that
emotions.
of the rest of us, you've known Jason the longest.
Right,
Oh,
right. Oh yeah.
Some
yeah.
of us have known Jason the longest.
wait.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
yeah,
s-
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
send
what I meant.
this, just so that everybody can see it, because I don't want to just explain it because it doesn't do it justice. Apparently I've taken pictures of my fair share of stickers on cars.
Oh god.
We can keep going though, because it's gonna take me a minute to scroll to this. So
Okay.
All right.
keep
What
on
about
vibing?
custom license plates?
Custom
Custom
license plates
Mm.
are a very gray area. I have like a frame that's just like a school, like one from college that I think my
Mhm.
parents got me as a gift at some point. And I'm like, that
Yeah.
I like that. It's just you get like the color and just the title of the school, and it's just a little border. It's very
Yeah.
chill. But like custom license plates, when they say things like
Oh my
yeah, that's
no.
it's a real one that I saw. You can see me taking the picture of it.
Oh my.
Oh god.
A real.
Good thing this is an audio platform. Haha.
You can
just put a picture of that on there
and put it up because I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll put it. I'll put it in the video. But
there's
geez.
no judgment
for
in this
the
home,
listeners.
but-
It's a skull and crossbones, and the skull is like a let's say a fox,
maybe.
Maybe
some
a wolf.
animal.
I don't know. Yeah,
wolf,
a
probably.
canine.
Yeah, it's probably a wolf. And
Some kind of
underneath
canine.
it says in big blue letters, "furry."
Not only that, this is just me, but it resembles like the Sega logo.
It
does.
It absolutely
does.
I think it's a cherry on top.
Yeah.
you
Is that the
really
cherry
need to
on
put it on
top?
or put it on the
You
screen.
must hate
That's
cherries.
So good. Oh man.
We were talking about what custom license plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
vanity
feel like-
plates.
If you make it to where like the letters like say something specific, it's one of those cases of if you say something weird, then it's weird, but if it's like not, then it's not. I know that's very vague, but like
Thank you
I've
for
seen
your
some
wisdom.
pretty bad like custom plates.
Yeah. When you have to like resort to leet speak because somebody else already took your thing, come on.
You need new, yeah.
Or because it's
Yeah,
too
it is.
long.
Or yeah, if it's too long.
I think my aunt has a custom license
Oh, no.
plate, and she's pretty eccentric.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like ooh la la.
As in,
That's a very aunt thing to put on your license plate.
wait.
Yeah.
My aunt is a librarian, and she also has a a custom one, but she didn't really think this one through because she got hers and it says bookie. It's kind of like, all right, cool.
Some
Are
people
you
pull up
a
next to her, like,
librarian?
What do
or-
you got on the game?
Yeah, right. It's like, are you trying to play some bets? What's going on here?
Bookie.
Oh man.
I just found another sticker, the one that I was thinking of originally, that just says "Hella kids in this bitch, honk if one falls out."
Oh my god.
That's funny. That's funny.
I saw that in the
You know what?
in the
That's funny.
McDonald's drive-through at like 7 a.m.
Jesus.
There's some that like cross into that of it's like yes, objectively that's cringe, but it's pretty
kinda
fun.
funny.
It's so cringe. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I laughed. It's
It gets the pass.
Self-aware cringe.
Get the hooligans pass. Get the hooligans pass. What do you get to say?
Speaking of which, check out the shop for your hooligans car bumper stickers.
Oh no.
They got all of our faces. We should make the little family ones, but it's
But
not
it's
us.
us. Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh my
god.
God.
That'd
It
be
just
funny.
says "Rest in peace, Jose." 1997.
It's just a bunch of
That's one of them.
inside
In
jokes
loving
for
memory.
everybody. That would be so
For our
good.
fan.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna lie, if we could make a bunch of inside jokes for everybody and turn that into like a shirt or something, I would 100% wear it. That'd be funny as fuck.
Oh yeah, same.
Oh man.
Make
Wait to
merch
make
only aspire.
Edward merch.
Edward merch. Oh yeah,
I hope-
Edward rock our
It's
shirt.
just a screen grab of his comment on all of our videos.
I was gonna say I hope Edward doesn't mind us mentioning him by name, but I think he said he was okay with it. If he's
Yeah.
not,
That actually would be
then I
such a
will.
good shirt.
Yeah.
Just every comment Edward has ever left on our content, just on a shirt.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Also, who was that other person that was commenting on the last episode?
that was
was also
him.
Edward.
He has two.
Was it
he
him
has,
both
he has two
times?
accounts.
Wait, did he use a different account?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh my god.
Because one was like a screen name, and then one was like his name, I think. So I think he just
Uh-huh.
has two like
You know-
Google accounts.
Someone random did subscribe to me the other day. I wonder if that was him on a
Hey.
different account.
Oh,
Kind of support.
hey, check out Jason's content on youtube.com/scratch minus.
Haha, one day I'll make another video.
You got a couple
Coming
things
up
up
on
there.
it.
We don't
I have one thing that I'm semi proud of.
Check out the legendary Grow Home playthrough.
Let's play.
Oh,
dude.
definitely don't watch that.
No,
that thing
it's so
started in
good.
2015.
Hey, we'll finish it one day.
2015, really?
It was sophomore year, so 2016.
It would have been 2016.
yeah.
Yeah. Because we were in the
Yeah, that's
we were
right.
at the apartment.
Yeah, good one.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow.
Cut that. Cut that.
Oh
I got
my
it, don't worry.
god. See, I caught myself.
I was looking at my phone.
The apartment.
Never
messed up.
podcast and phone. Shit, I don't text in podcasts.
I had to. 'Cause I was looking for the funnies.
Oh.
I put it down. Don't worry, we're good.
Who was phone? That's true.
Speaking of looking at stuff on my phone, I guess I need to pull up the thing eventually that I'm supposed to put in for the home, the work of the home.
Homework?
Work
We're
from
not there
home.
yet, are we?
I mean, we don't have to be. Do you want me to wait?
Can be.
I can wait.
We're almost at an hour.
Well,
I mean,
now
we're
we've
at
brought it
less.
up.
Dude, like
Unless
every
there's something
podcast
else,
I listen
is
to
there something
brings
else
it
to
up.
talk about? Because all we've talked about is bumper stickers.
Oh, that's
so.
true.
I mean, there's always more to talk about.
Look, I want to talk about something, but I also think I might want it to be my homework. Actually, no, I don't want it to be my homework. What's y'all's favorite episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Oh, baby.
Hey.
That's actually really hard.
I just started rewatching it
Really?
today.
Oh,
It's
I'm
also
almost
seen
done.
Yeah.
I'm like getting through book 3 right now. It's such a good show. Holy shit.
Were you gonna make us watch the
That's
whole
amazing.
season?
No. I was
The whole
going
series?
to make you guys like think about it for a week of what your favorite episode is, but just like off the top
We
of
haven't
my
watched
head.
it in like 10 years.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'd
I
have to go
rewatched
through.
it last year, so
I watched it like a month ago before it came to Netflix, which was disappointing.
Wow.
Rip.
That's hard. I feel like I have to pick one from each season because
I-
each season's so.
I think my favorite season is probably the second one. And then my favorite.
I've always like.
Go ahead, Nick.
Keep going.
Okay.
No, keep going.
My favorite episode is like this is like totally a easy answer, but Tales from Ba Sing Se is just so like it's just like
that episode has a little bit of everything.
exactly.
though.
It hits every note and it hits it so well. And when Iroh starts singing on the under the tree with his son's picture,
Yeah. Bro, I wanted to skip that episode so badly when I was rewatching. I was like, I've watched this episode so many times, and every time it makes me fucking sad. And I was like, I'm gonna skip it, and then I didn't, and I was like, I'm sad.
Damn.
Okay.
So good.
My favorite season is 3.
Mhm.
From season 2. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lot of the season 1 stuff.
I feel like it got more focused as
Oh.
each season went on. So like there was a lot of going on in season 1, but not as it was like
Mm-hmm.
more more
like going around a lot of places.
Yeah, it was more serialized as the show went on instead of being like more kind of episodic.
The first season, I think my favorite is The King of Omashu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then in season
Classic.
2, it's The Drill.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
But I also like Zuko alone a lot in that one. And then 3 is definitely the Firebending Masters.
Yes, I just watched that episode
Ooh.
last night. That was so good.
I can't think of ones from the original or the first 2 seasons. I mean, I can, but I can't really pick a favorite. But I think one of my favorite, if not my favorite moment in like the entire show is the final Agni Kai between Zuko and
yeah.
Azula.
Ooh.
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen
Yeah.
on a fucking children's show, quote unquote.
Yeah. I wanna
Yeah.
another one of like my favorite episodes probably in season 3 is the oh god, what's it called? Ember Island? I don't think that's what it's called. It's called The Beach.
It's called The Beach.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
because
that's a really
you
good
like
one.
you like
I'd like to remind y'all
stop.
that they're underage.
Stop. I wasn't gonna chill.
I've seen too much thirst content for a 14-year-old.
There's definitely a lot of thirst
that
content
show.
out there.
What's wrong with you people?
But like just the part where they're at the party and Azula is just like trying to be normal, and you just realize how like she's just been raised to be this like just like intimidating, powerful person because she like wants to become the Fire Lord. But like with that
Yeah.
comes this like social ineptness, and she just doesn't get it. It's just really, I don't know.
It's very good. It's very telling.
Yeah, like it makes them like even though like they are like the villains of the story, at least especially Azula. Even though Zuko kind of changes sides,
I mean,
but
they
like
all
yeah. But
So
but like just like I don't know, it like humanizes them to like a weird point where you're just like, wow, like yeah, she's like a fire like princess or whatever, but she does not get it.
yeah, and it's like not 100% her fault,
Right.
because it was a lot of what she was taught growing up.
Yeah.
And that also just like leads into like her slowly becoming unhinged or whatever,
Mhm.
because she doesn't have anybody by her side to keep her stable anymore, and just bleh. So good. So
I
good.
saw a like video about that. There's a scene. It's a flashback to her and Zuko as kids, and she's obviously taunting Zuko, and she says something about like go back to like your room and cry or whatever.
Mhm.
And someone pointed out how like at the end of the series, the last thing you see Azula doing is breaking down and crying.
Damn.
Mhm.
There's so
I
many good
also
little Easter eggs.
found
in
out that the guy that voices Zhao, because I knew like a lot of the famous voice actors in the show, but he played not Snape, Malfoy. He played Malfoy's father.
Oh,
Oh.
I did not know
What?
that.
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Oh, well, all right.
His name is Jason Isaacs.
Hey.
Lucius, that's his name, Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, Lucius Malfoy.
I want to watch
Lucius.
Korra again. I think I watched the first 3 seasons of Korra
Mhm.
back a while back. I don't remember them, and I'd like to read the comics that happen after the show.
Yeah, I want to read those too. I bet I could find them legally online. I will go to my local
neither
bookstore.
confirm nor deny that,
Uh-huh.
but I'm also going to say, if you're a comic reader, support your local comic shop if you can.
Yeah, I'll go to my
Good thing I don't read.
local bookstore or comic shop to procure a copy.
Poggers.
We did it. We saved books.
We saved trees. Wait.
Oh no, not the trees.
Has anyone ever actually sat down and watched the movie?
What movie?
No,
No.
I
The Last
haven't.
Airbender.
I watched it
No.
in theaters when it came out.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only
no.
time that
Yes.
that I saw it was like when I was, well, I don't even remember what year that was. I assume we were still like relatively young, so I probably saw it in theaters, and
Yeah,
that was
but
it.
Like middle
I don't even
school.
think
I know
that's
that I was old enough to
Sure.
know that it looked like shit.
I remember
2010.
not liking it.
2010.
So
Oh yeah,
not middle or
Oh,
late
yeah.
middle
Show
school?
had-
It would have been
Into
like
middle school?
Yeah.
14, 13,
That would have
14?
been like, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
That's-
that the show was over for 2 years before that.
That's
Dang.
yeah.
We're old.
I've basically rewatched the movie multiple times at this point because of the amount of reviews that I've seen about it, and some of those reviews are just stupid long that you basically just end up
yeah.
watching.
You
the
just
whole
watch the
movie.
movie. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is bad.
Was Iroh? Who played Iroh?
In the movie?
I don't even remember.
Some guy.
Who played anyone in the movie?
Dev Patel was Zuko. He's like,
Oh,
he's notable.
I definitely
Slumdog
recognize
Millionaire,
his
yeah.
name.
Isn't he? He's
Yeah.
a comedy guy, though, right? Or he's like a funny. I don't know. I don't know
Dev
him
Patel,
from anything except
no.
Slumdog.
No, he's in Slumdog Millionaire, and he was in Lion.
Uh,
Those are kind of like 2 of his bigger ones.
Oh,
But-
I saw Lion.
and
okay.
Chappie.
Yeah.
I've seen him a lot. Like I know his name and recognize him, but like everyone else, maybe if I, they're probably the type that you look into their filmography and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that guy in standing in that one movie.
Yeah.
Most of the people I don't recognize anyone.
Damn.
Nope. Either children or adults.
Yeah. Logan, you're an actor.
Those are the two
Do
options.
you
What's up?
think that you can tell if a like a play or any kind of production, like a short, I know you've been in like some short films and stuff like that. Do you think
Mhm.
just by reading the script you can tell if it's gonna be like good or bad?
Yeah, for
Really?
sure.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you
think?
I think I think you probably share this opinion, but like it's probably easy to turn a good script into a bad production just during production and post. But do you think a bad script could be turned good?
It has the potential to. I think that it takes a lot of, you know, a lot of skill from the actors and like from the editing, to turn a bad script into a good film. And it also just depends on like the type of film that it is. I mean, like there are some scripts that are, meant to be bad
Okay.
to a certain extent.
There's an example I just learned about this of First Blood, which is the first Rambo movie. Was there's a clip on YouTube of Sylvester Stallone on Howard Stern, and he talks about this. And originally that movie was 3 hours long.
Oh man!
And that movie is an hour and a half. And
Jeez.
it was 3 hours long, and he mentioned that he had really, really bad, just cheesy, like think of like the cheesiest action movie dialogue you can think of, and then like double how bad it is. Because he like gave some examples, and it was just like how forced it was, and he like wanted off the movie, but he came back and said, cut all my dialogue, which I admittedly have not seen First Blood.
Yeah.
But I'm familiar with the fact that John Rambo does not speak a lot,
he doesn't
if
say
at all,
much.
in that movie. So they literally followed his advice to cut most of his dialogue and turned him from like a cheesy action hero to like the silent protagonist.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, I think it's regarded as the best Rambo film, and it's a very iconic action film. So I feel like that's a good example of. You also know you have to know like what is the key component that is making your bad script bad, which is obviously very hard when you're like
when you just wrote a bad script.
Yeah, like
especially
especially if you're the writer, because you're already like, especially if you have an ego and you're not willing to like cut things out, then it's really hard. But I thought that was interesting. That was one way you approach it.
It's like a reverse way of doing it.
Yeah.
How do you fix a bad script? Get rid of the script.
Easy.
Honestly,
just start over.
You go full cheesy.
Yeah. I guess I was just like kind of like trying to loop that back to like, do you think those actors knew that it was going to be bad? That not only that it was going to be bad, but like I'm sure they knew how beloved the show was. So like, do you think it was going to be so? Do you think they knew it was going to be so hated?
I feel like
it's hard to say, I guess.
Who knows? I mean, I never saw the movie, so I don't really know much about like the script itself.
It's bad,
but like so bad. Even just from like watching the trailers of it, it's just so, even like the cinematography is just so completely different from what the show looks like.
Yeah.
And I understand that there's a difference between filming live action and like creating a quote unquote anime. That's really what it is, or like a cartoon. I know that I understand there's a difference between that, but just even like the look and feel of the movie is just so completely different, even just from the trailers, than what the show is like. I think that is probably, if people aren't actively looking at it and being like, oh, well, this doesn't look like the same thing, it doesn't feel like the same thing, it's like even just subconsciously it just sort of goes against everything that we've known of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and just is just like, no, we're not going to do that because we know better. It's like that whole thing with like the Sonic the Hedgehog, the first like mock-up of him. Yeah, it's just like, no, we know better. This is what you guys want. This is what's going to do well. And it just sort of like, it's sort of like a kick to the face for fans, I think. But
and like I've seen one scene of the movie, and it's taken pretty, not directly, but I can know that like, okay, I remember that episode of the show that they're referring to, and it's the episode where it's clearly adapted from when Katara is like purposely goes to prison and tries to get the Earthbenders to like fight back.
Yeah.
But like I don't know that the dialogue is bad. I'm sure it probably is because
It is.
okay, but like
It's
even
bad.
just that one, if you can get from that one scene how bad the like thought process behind the effects were, because the way that they bend, which is kind of like the one thing about the show that makes it like visually like stand out, is like weirdly done to where they're like basically dancing in place for like 10 seconds before a rock moves,
Yeah.
and it's like a not a boulder, it's like just a rock, and there's like 5 people that are doing this movement. So it was like, did they think that they were going to have more stuff on screen and their effects department just had to cut it a lot, or did they really say we need 5 burly men to dance around to move a pebble?
That one person could have just picked up and thrown.
Yeah, and it was like, what was the thought process behind like the bending? I get like they do a lot of like stunts and movements that are clearly trying to like lean into like martial arts, but and like that is true in the show. Like a lot of their movements are martial arts stances, but do it right if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We could
Seems
have
like
a
they're-
whole
they're-
homework about this, but no. It would be so bad. It's so boring. It's not worth even.
That's what I should make my homework. It's
I was thinking
The
about it,
movie-
and then I was like, I don't want to subject anyone to
honestly-
that, but that would be kind of cool. Like a cool
Yeah, I'd be
discussion.
curious to watch it at least.
I would rather that. I feel like that would be better not wasted on a homework and just like a separate.
It's only an hour and
We
43
just,
minutes.
all get
so it's probably like
together.
an hour
Oh,
and a
only.
half of actual
only.
movie.
Honestly, I'd be down to fucking sit and watch it.
Let's do
One
one of
day just,
those.
like, watch
Let's do a
together.
commentary track. That would be fun.
Dude, wait.
I'd
no
have to like
lies.
Yeah.
I'd have to sit and watch it once before I could do that.
Really? Oh, okay.
I feel like
guess
that would
that
be
makes
so
I
sense.
couldn't just like stop and start because I'd like to see it all in the grand scheme before I
before you do it.
start totally criticizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that too. 5%, and then like
Yeah.
it's so
surprisingly
bad.
a 4.1 out of 10 on IMDb. So like
30% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Who? Whatever,
I don't know,
dude.
probably parents who are just like,
Probably.
My kid stopped talking for an hour and 43 minutes.
Yeah.
classic.
Wow.
I mean, even just looking at these pictures, like, it just makes me upset because, even the arrows on Aang's head, or should I say
Yeah.
Herc.
Ong, like, they're not even anywhere close to what they look like in the show.
Yeah.
Right?
They definitely tried to lean more
like
into,
henna than
the
it is.
culture.
Mm-hmm.
Except
They
for
forgot to
except
make
for
it
that,
all
all of the
good.
actors were
But they
white.
forgot to give it like
Oh,
Yeah.
Literally
Except for
everyone
Which
Deadpool.
was
of any indication, the girl that plays Katara, the only other notable film role that I recognize her from is Transformers: Age of Extinction,
Oh
Yikes.
man.
and she's not really good in that either. So
I was gonna give her a pass because she's like a kid in the Avatar movie, so it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, kids are kind of bad at things sometimes, so whatever.
You ever seen Room?
Ooh, oh,
seen
that's
The
such a
Room.
good movie. I haven't seen The Room actually. I need to.
Dude,
I haven't seen that
The
either.
Room is
The
a
Room's gonna make some
cinematic
work.
masterpiece.
Straight up.
I'm pretty sure I have it downloaded on my computer somewhere.
I think it's like I think you could watch it for free online, like in a not shady capacity.
Yeah, I'm sure it's places.
The Last Airbender almost made its budget back.
Damn.
Yikes.
It was
I mean-
20 million short.
What was
Oh
the
wait.
budget?
Almost.
Never mind. It made its budget back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But
It made 131 domestically.
Okay.
But worldwide, it was 319 million.
What was the budget?
150 million.
So they probably no, they probably didn't make that much money off of it. It depends on how much the marketing budget.
They doubled their money basically.
Yeah, but like I feel like usually like the rule of thumb is like they spend about as much on marketing as they do the actual production. Well, maybe not for that movie, but so you.
I mean,
like,
it was a Nickelodeon movie.
That's true.
So
yeah. So I don't know.
It had a lot of exposure.
I don't know. That's why it's hard to be like, how much money did this movie make? Because you don't know how much they spent on whatever, and then if it's a Disney movie, how many toys did they sell?
Sure. Yeah.
That's how they do it. How they make money.
Oh, true.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a good Avatar video game.
It would be so
that would be really
easy
cool
to just make that a good video game. Like I say that I don't know shit about game development, but
yeah, it's.
I remember
even the
there
model
was like
that they went with for the games that they made was like decent. Like it was like trying to think of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I mean, they were just kind of beat 'em ups, but
yeah,
like you can still make that good and like have flashy like bending moves, and you just quick switch to like Aang, Sokka, Katara, and or Toph and or Zuko. Like
not Sokka.
Yeah.
Not Sokka.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they were able to do some sort of like RPG.
That's
you could, like,
kind
choose
of
which
how
nation you were
the
born
first
into,
one
and have like a
was.
skill tree for the different bending moves that you could do.
Yeah, that's kind of what the first one was. I think it was the first one on GameCube.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
GameCube?
Yep.
Now,
no way.
The
show came out in 2005.
Yes.
I
do in fact own the game.
GameCube? Wow, that astounds me.
I seem to remember like a not,
I mean, like
not a
FIFA like 14.
That's okay. It wasn't my turn to talk. That's fine.
Get him, Tyler. Clap.
I seem to remember
Get them and me.
Not a flash game, but like something on the computer, but not like a actual like PC game. But it was like an Avatar game, and you would make your own character, and you would choose which element you wanted to do, and then you would like fight in an arena against other people. Am I making this up?
That sounds. My brain is immediately gravitating towards the Teen Titans fighting game for no reason.
That was so good.
But
I remember
that sounds
picking
familiar.
your element.
Yeah. But like if they like kind of expanded on something like that, like not even like something set during like
Legends of the Arena.
Legends of the Arena. Thank you. It was real. I have been affirmed. But like something like that where you like just like set in universe in Avatar and like just make your own little earthbender or waterbender or air bender and just go.
It was an MMO.
It was an MMO.
Like literally
really?
an MMO.
Wow.
Yep.
A fucking Avatar MMO would be sick. Even though I'm not really like super big into MMOs, as we've all seen, we all tried to play ESO.
That's the only thing is like there's so like MMOs, you're able to make a lot of just enemy types, and that's the one thing against it is it's like okay, you're gonna be fighting firebenders like all the time.
Yeah. I guess it's true.
I think you could make they could do a lot of things. We could talk about this for years.
All right, before Jason assigns homework, what would everyone want to bend? I would be Earth. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for
Fire.
Okay.
Bro, Zhong was flying, so I mean, I guess Air does that too.
That shit was kind of cool.
I want to bend the will of the people.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Hell yeah, I choose that one too.
No, you guys suck. I hate y'all.
I think I'd probably be water.
Choose air, like 100%.
Okay.
What are the options again?
There's one.
Hey, that's actually a good question because in Korra
don't they mess with that? Yeah. Well, we'll just go
that.
Water, fire, earth, and air are the four original options.
And you get all the subclasses of those. So like if you do earth,
you get
right?
metal.
Like if you do earth, can you metal bend? I think that's
Yes.
I think you have to be pretty good at it, but yeah.
Sure.
I
just
probably
thinking in
go
this
water.
context.
Water? Okay, sick.
Can I be a sparky boom bender?
Wawa.
Logan?
Yeah, boomerang.
Water. Okay. Jose, you didn't.
Yeah, I remember I used to always like play in the pool. I'm like, just push it around with my hand and be like, I'm bending water,
That's so
bro.
cute.
Everyone did that.
Yeah, Logan, you're not special.
I am special.
Do that thing with, like in the shower when the water's like running down your hand. And you like straighten your fingers.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised no one made a drawing joke.
Damn, now I gotta go take a shower.
True. But not before Jose answers.
All right.
All right. I don't know. Fire seems dope.
Cool.
Keep me
Hell
warm.
yeah.
Keep me toasty. Burn shit.
Do be
Jose
keeping
just
you
wants to
toasted.
destroy.
Toasty.
Toast.
I just want to be a water bender to cool my PC.
Water cooler.
Bended by yours truly.
Holy shit.
Or I guess an airbender could do that too.
If I was but wait, if you're a waterbender, you'd never have to worry about your computer getting. Well, I mean, I guess it would still get shorted by water if it was on. But like, if water got on it while it was off, you could just bend the water off before you turned it on. Big brain.
Huge brain.
You could bend the moisture out of the air so it stopped being humid.
There you
There's
go.
only one right answer to this question though. Best character? It's easy. It's Iroh.
It's definitely Iroh, 100%.
I mean, this is
for sure.
true, but best and favorite are two different words.
Well, I said best. The best character is Iroh, hands down.
I don't even think I could pick a favorite, actually.
Because they're all so well written. What a good show.
They are,
True.
dude. It's such a
I'm
good
so glad I brought
show.
this up.
Me too. Should we
Yeah.
wrap it up though?
I think it is about that
It's,
time.
any closing statements on Avatar before we move on to the homework?
In the movie, the firebenders can't actually create fire.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
to bend it from actual, like, pre-existing fire.
That's
Yep.
silly.
What?
It's
In
bad.
that scene, yep.
Oh my god!
All right, with that,
We'll watch the movie at some point.
what is the homework for next week,
Christ.
Jason?
Yeah, bend our wills.
I tossed up a lot of random ideas, but I think I'm just gonna go back to what I never got to put in the draft because, especially now, this album still means like a lot to me, and it's so fucking good, dude.
Let's go.
So I am putting in the album "Care for Me" by Saba from 2018.
Ooh.
Right
It's not
on.
too long. It's a 40-minute romp. He says good shit though, and I want to talk about it with more people because when I've talked about it with people before, it's been fun conversation. Well, fun might be the wrong word, but interesting conversations, and it's good.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I always want to.
Bet, I'm excited.
So.
All right,
Hell
then.
yeah.
So, yeah, check out "Care for Me" by Saba with us. Tell us your preferred element, what you would bend.
And your favorite bumper
Um,
sticker.
Yeah, tell us,
Yeah.
send us your
all
bumper sticker photos.
And your vanity plates. And we will
Yeah.
dox you.
Well,
Just kidding. Just
all right, this has been another episode of the Hooligans podcast. Have a great week, and please come back.
please.
Please come back.
Please clap.
Bye.
Edward, we love you.
Yeah, Edward, we love you.
All right. Bye.
Everybody.